Imagine you are falling. Not off a cliff. Not out of a plane. You are falling through empty space, feet first, towards something so massive that light itself cannot escape it. Your ship is gone. Your suit's radio is dead static. And 1,000 kilometers below your boots, the darkness isn't empty, it's waiting. You have exactly 4 minutes left to be a whole person. At first, it's almost peaceful. The black hole doesn't look like a monster. It looks like a wound in the universe, a perfect black circle, rimmed in a blinding ring of golden fire where dying starlight spirals around it one last time before vanishing forever. Astronomers call it the photon ring. It's one of the most beautiful things a human eye could ever see. Silent. Still. Majestic. But something is wrong. You notice it first in your feet. A pull. Not a push, not a shove, a pull, sharper than anything gravity should feel like. And it's not pulling your whole body evenly. It's pulling your feet harder than your head. Here's the problem, gravity doesn't care that you're one person. It treats every atom in your body as its own separate object, and the atoms in your feet are closer to the black hole than the atoms in your head. That difference, even over the length of a human body, is normally too small to notice. But black holes don't play by normal rules. As you fall closer, that tiny difference explodes into something monstrous. This is called tidal force. And it's about to turn you into a piece of thread. At 200 kilometers out, your body already isn't your own shape anymore. Your legs are being dragged downward faster than your torso. Your shoulders are being squeezed inward from the sides, crushed toward your centerline like the black hole is trying to fit you through a keyhole. Scientists gave this process a name that sounds almost like a joke, spaghettification, because that's exactly what it looks like. A human being, pulled long and thin, like dough stretched between two hands. It isn't a joke when it's happening to you. But it gets worse. The stretching isn't gentle. It isn't like being on a rack, slow and controlled. The closer you fall, the faster the force multiplies, not doubling, not tripling, but climbing exponentially, because tidal force scales with the cube of distance. Have the distance to the black hole, and the stretching force doesn't double. It multiplies by 8. Have it again, and it multiplies by 8 more. You are not approaching death at a steady pace. You are accelerating into it, and your body knows the math before your mind can process it. Your spine, the toughest structural column in your body, is the first thing to fail. Not because it's weak, because nothing built by evolution on a calm, stable planet was ever meant to survive a force this violent. Vertebrae separate. Then everything below that point begins to move faster than everything above it. And this is where things change completely. If this were a small black hole, something just a few times the mass of our sun, you would never even get this close. You'd be torn apart tens of thousands of kilometers away, while you were still technically in orbit, ripped into a stream of plasma so hot it would outshine entire galaxies for a moment. This is not a theory. In 2022, astronomers using data connected to Hubble and other observatories witnessed exactly this, a star wandering too close to a black hole, stretched, shredded, and swallowed in a burst of radiation so bright it briefly rivaled the light of billions of suns combined. Scientists call it a tidal disruption event. To the star, it was an execution. But if this is a supermassive black hole, like the one sitting at the center of our own galaxy, 4 million times heavier than the Sun, the horrifying twist is that you could cross its point of no return, the event horizon, completely intact. No stretching. No pain. Just darkness closing around you, smooth and silent, like a curtain falling on the universe. That should sound like mercy. It isn't. Because here's what almost nobody tells you, crossing the event horizon doesn't save you from spaghettification. It only delays it. Once you're inside, every direction you can move, up, down, left, right, collapses into a single direction, forward, toward the singularity. There is no escaping it, no maneuvering around it, no burning your engines the other way. Space itself has been bent so violently that forward and toward death become the same word. You didn't cross into a new region of space. You crossed into a countdown. But that's not even the worst part. Nobody actually knows what happens at the very center. The singularity, the theoretical point where all your mass gets crushed into infinite density, is where our understanding of physics simply stops working. Einstein's equations break down. Quantum mechanics breaks down. It's not that scientists haven't found the answer yet, it's that we don't currently have the mathematics to even ask the question properly. You would be falling into the one place in the entire universe where the laws of reality themselves seem to expire. Some physicists theorize that time and space swap roles inside a black hole, that the future stops being a moment and starts being a location, a place you are dragged toward with the same inevitability that you're dragged toward tomorrow. You couldn't avoid reaching the singularity any more than you could avoid reaching next Tuesday. It isn't a place. It's a certainty. And through all of this, the stretching, the crushing, the darkness, your body is still technically alive for longer than you'd expect. Around a large black hole, the process could take minutes. Long, silent, conscious minutes, watching your own limbs pulled into shapes a human body was never built to survive, with nothing you can do to stop it and no one who will ever know exactly how it ended, because no signal, no light, no scream can climb back out of that darkness to tell the story. You would die completely alone, in the one place in the universe where even light cannot leave a trace that you were ever there. We like to imagine that the universe is something we can eventually explore, that with enough technology, enough courage, enough time, humanity could go anywhere. But black holes are the universe's answer to that ambition. They are not just dangerous. They are a boundary written into the fabric of reality itself, a place where the rules that let stars shine and hearts beat simply cease to apply. The universe was never built for us. It tolerates us, in the narrow, fragile pocket of space where gravity is gentle and light still travels in straight lines. But out there, past the edge of what our eyes can even resolve, there are places where distance itself turns predator, where being pulled towards something is the same as being unmade by it. Somewhere out there, right now, a black hole is quietly waiting. Not hunting. Not thinking. Just existing, patient in a way nothing alive could ever be, for the day something, or someone, falls close enough to find out exactly how it feels to be stretched into nothing at all. Long, silent, conscious minutes, watching your own limbs pulled into shapes a human body was never built to survive. There is nothing you can do to stop it. No engine can push you away. No signal can reach the outside. No voice can travel through the darkness and tell anyone what happened to you. And eventually, there will be no one who knows exactly how it ended. You would die completely alone, in the one place in the universe where even light cannot leave a trace that you were ever there. We like to imagine that the universe is something we can eventually explore. That with enough technology, enough courage, and enough time, humanity could go anywhere. But black holes are the universe's answer to that ambition. They are not just dangerous. They are a boundary written into the fabric of reality itself. A place where the rules that let stars shine and hearts beat simply cease to apply. The universe was never built for us. It tolerates us in the narrow, fragile pocket of space where gravity is gentle, where planets remain stable, and where light can still travel freely. But somewhere beyond that safe little corner, distance itself becomes a predator. A place where being pulled towards something is the same as being unmade by it. And somewhere out there, right now, a black hole is quietly waiting. Not hunting. Not thinking. Just existing. Patient in a way nothing alive could ever be. Waiting for the day something, or someone, falls close enough to discover exactly what it feels like to be stretched into nothing at all. Imagine the last few seconds before everything you know about yourself begins to disappear. You are still falling. The black hole beneath you is no longer just something you can see. It has become the only direction that matters. Your body is stretched between different gravitational forces, your feet pulled relentlessly ahead while the rest of you struggles to follow. There is no ground waiting below. There is no impact. There is only descent. Around you, the universe looks strangely distorted. Light from distant stars bends around the black hole, appearing in places where no star should exist. The sky itself seems to curve. Everything familiar about distance has become unreliable. And then you realize something terrifying. You cannot turn around. You cannot simply fire your engines and escape. Inside the event horizon, escape is no longer a matter of speed or technology. Every possible path through spacetime leads deeper inward. Forward is no longer just a direction. Forward is your future. And your future has only one destination. The singularity. Nobody knows what you would actually encounter there. Our current theories can describe the black hole from the outside, and they can predict many of the strange effects near its boundary. But at the center, our equations stop giving us a complete answer. This is where the universe becomes a mystery. Not because scientists have simply failed to look closely enough, but because the physics we currently understand may no longer be enough. You are falling toward a place where gravity becomes so extreme that the very structure of space and time is pushed beyond anything humans have ever experienced. And with every second, you are getting closer. Closer to the point where the universe stops explaining itself. Closer to the place where even our best theories become silent. And somewhere ahead of you, hidden inside that darkness, is the final question. What happens when you reach the end of reality?